Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, pour the wine. No, leave the bottle. You are actually not going to believe the week I have had. I need you to sit down because if I have to carry this mental load alone for one more second, I am going to scream. You know how hard I've been working in therapy to stop overthinking my relationship? Well, turns out my intuition was not anxiety. It was a warning siren. So let me set the scene. We have been together for a year. I have been feeling weird lately, mixed signals, him being cold. I just wanted to feel secure. Huge mistake. We were in bed the other night. The lights were low. I thought the vibe was right. I went down on him. I put in effort, okay? Afterwards, I looked at him and asked, did that feel good? I just wanted a little validation. Instead, he looks at me, pauses, and says, yeah, but if you really want to learn how to do it better, you should watch porn and do what they do. I froze. I laughed nervously and said, babe, porn is unrealistic. That is for a camera angle. And he looks me dead in the eye, completely serious, and tells me that oral sex in porn is real and I would not understand because I am not a guy. Excuse me, but the comment sat in my stomach like a stone. So I decided to ask the scary question. I looked at him and asked, are you sexually satisfied with me? Girl, I wish I had not asked. He shrugged and said, sometimes I am, sometimes I am not. And then he dropped the bomb. After telling me to learn from porn stars, he dropped the bomb. He told me that sometimes he would rather just masturbate than have sex with me. I felt the tears coming instantly. It was like someone punched me in the throat. Who says that to their girlfriend of a year? And instead of hugging me, he just sat there, looking annoyed that I was upset. So, through my tears, I started asking why. The conversation turned into a full-blown roast of my entire existence. First, he tells me his attraction to me fluctuates. He said it is 50-50. Then he brings up the ex. He said he never felt this way with his ex-girlfriend unless they were actively fighting. So basically, his baseline attraction to me is equivalent to how he felt about his ex when they were screaming at each other. I am sitting there, sobbing, snot running down my face, and he just keeps going. He looks at me and says he thinks he would be more attracted to me if I worked out more. He said he feels like he has to drag me to the gym. I felt so humiliated. I am not a fitness model, but I take care of myself. But apparently, I am not fit enough for him to want to sleep with me. And then came the comment that is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. He starts talking about my chest. He says it would probably help a lot if I had bigger boobs because he is a boob guy. He tried to backtrack by saying he would never tell me to get surgery, but the implication was clear. He was sitting there fantasizing about a body I do not have. I felt like a piece of meat being graded a C-. I circled back to the oral sex thing, desperate for something I could fix. He could not even give specifics. He just said, some girls are just better at it, and suggested I go watch Sasha Grey again. At this point, I am hysterical. I felt so unsafe, so rejected. And you want to know how he reacted to my pain? He snapped. He literally got angry at me for crying. He threw his hands up and said this conversation was a waste of time and that I was asking questions just to hurt myself. Like I held a gun to his head and forced him to call me unattractive. And then he said the most manipulative thing I have ever heard. He looked at me and said, you made me make you cry. Let that sink in. I made him make me cry. He took zero responsibility. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was bleeding out emotionally, and he was acting like the victim because he had to watch it happen. I was begging for reassurance, and he was giving me cruelty. But, and this is the part that is messing with my head the most, once he realized he had pushed me too far, he flipped. It was like a switch clicked in his brain. Suddenly, the cold, critical boyfriend was gone, and Mr. Rogers was back. After spending an hour tearing apart my body and our chemistry, he starts trying to hug me. He tells me, no, baby, you're perfect in every way. You're good at everything, including sex. I am sitting there, eyes swollen shut, thinking, are you psychotic? You just spent 45 minutes telling me I need bigger boobs and porn training. He started gaslighting me, telling me I was remembering it worse than it was. He said he wants to be with me and does not want me to change who I am. Excuse me. You just said you have to drag me to the gym. How does that align with do not change? So now I am sitting here and I feel broken. How am I supposed to get naked in front of him ever again? Every time he touches me now, I am going to be thinking, is he wishing I was a porn star? Is he wishing my boobs were bigger? I feel evaluated. I feel compared. And I am confused because of the flip-flopping. If he really felt those nasty things, why say I am perfect afterward? I feel like I am going crazy. Can you ever unhear your boyfriend telling you he would rather jerk off to porn than sleep with you? Because right now, looking at him makes me want to vomit. I need you to tell me if I am overreacting or if I need to pack a bag. Right now.